Tomorrow, a brand new exhibit opens here in Cincinnati. It's called Titanic, an Immersive Voyage.
We want to check back in with WCPO 9 News reporter Ellie Kramer, who's been downtown getting a full preview of this. And you've already learned so much. I feel like I've learned a lot just by listening to this small snippet of what is a giant, well, Titanic exhibit.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's so neat to see and just to learn how long it took. The ship sank in 1912, but then Bob Ballard didn't discover it until the 80s. I mean, think about how long it was there on the bottom of the ocean floor. So I just think things like that are so interesting. Something else that isn't talked about a whole lot was the actual rescue mission, and that's why we have executive producer John Zaller in this kind of portion of the exhibit talking about the Carpathia, the one ship that really came to the rescue and made it to rescue a lot of people.
That's right, Allie. So Carpathia turned as soon as it got the distress signal, which was a new technology at the time, the Marconi wireless, headed through the night, directing all steam to the engines, dodging ice to get to the Titanic survivors in lifeboats, who wouldn't have made it much longer had the Carpathia not arrived 2 hours after Titanic took her final plunge.
2 hours after it hit that iceberg.
Yeah, so people are sitting in the freezing cold water in the middle of the night wondering what's going to happen to them. And Carpathia was sending green flares of hope that people could see on the horizon, but you know, it was really it was a life or death situation at that point. Very, very serious. And you know, we've got some sheet music from Wallace Hartley that was recovered actually from the famous musician who played as Titanic was sinking, that's here featured in the exhibit. And we also take you into the wreck, which we did also in virtual reality, which you got to do on the break.
Yeah, which was unbelievable. If you've never done virtual reality before, that was an experience to really walk yourself through the wreck. And then here, this is so beautiful and such an important part of the exhibit. I picked up a passenger card when I came, Edith Louise Rosenbaum. She was a first-class passenger, and so we found her on the memorial wall. One of the 201 first-class passengers that were saved, but such a stark difference from
this memorial wall really gives you a graphic depiction of those who were saved and those who were lost. So on the top you see those who were saved, on the bottom those who were lost. And as you go around from first class to second class, and especially the third class and crew, you see the disparity in the classes of those who survived and were lost. And the crew took an incredibly huge hit, and we do talk about the Titanic relief funds that were created to raise money for the widows of crew members and the widows of passengers. And a lot of money was raised over the years, and they were continuing to dole out those checks for several years after the Titanic tragedy.
Wow. It just goes on and on, guys. You got to see a little bit a half an hour ago, sort of that immersive experience, 360-degree video, where you're just kind of standing, watching, feeling what it was like to be on there the moments that it actually hit the iceberg. So it is really something to see. The exhibit opens tomorrow here in downtown Cincinnati. Could be here through the spring, maybe even the summer, kind of depending on just how many people are coming down to see it. So it is certainly something to see, and we'll share all of that on WCPO.com.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it just brings it to life so much when she had an actual passenger and you read about why she was on that boat, and then you see the names and they're like real people, and it's so it just humanizes it so much. Yeah, Allie, thanks so much for that. I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to see this exhibit. Thanks so much again. KJ.